Good evening, everyone. This is a dish that I have been making since my kids were young, and it's really great. You can eat this as a dip, you can eat this in tortillas, which is how my husband eats it, but I like to eat it with tortilla chips. And the first thing you want to do is go ahead and scramble 1 pound of ground beef or ground turkey, drain the fat off, and then right before it's just almost done, go ahead and add 1 packet of taco seasoning mix and a 1/4 cup of water. Turn that stovetop eye or burner down to simmer, and we're going to let this simmer for just a few minutes while we gather the other ingredients. So the first thing you'll need is an 8x11 baking dish. Then 1 can of refried beans, or you can make your own, which is what I did. I had some leftover pinto beans and I just made my own. If you are using a can of refried beans, you can always heat those in the microwave if you want to, if not on the stovetop eye, because you do want to go ahead and cook them before you put them in this dish. And so that is going to be our first layer. Now we will add our ground turkey or ground beef with the taco seasoning mix right on top. We are going to spread this out right on top of those refried beans. You will need an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and we are going to melt this in the microwave for 1 minute because you're going to want this to be creamy and soft. This will be our next layer. And go ahead and just spoon it on there in dollops, and then you can spread it out. That's the best way I found to do this. For the next layer, we are going to use some chunky salsa. And for an 8x11, I usually just use a small jar of the chunky salsa. But someone gave me some homemade salsa. And y'all, that homemade salsa was so good. It was perfect for this dish. So you're going to put a layer of salsa on top. And for the next layer, you're going to need at least a cup of cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. Also, you can top this with lettuce and tomatoes and black olives. It's so good. I've done that, and put the cheese on top. But when I make it for my husband and I typically just make it this way. And you can always cut up lettuce and tomato on the side because we have leftovers. And the next day when you get out of the refrigerator, it's cold. And so we will heat it up, and heated lettuce, no, that's not my favorite. So that's why I do this. But this is such a wonderful Mexican dip. I've been making this for so long, I'm not exactly sure what the title of this recipe is. We are just going to call it a Mexican dip, but I want you to know this is one of my go-to recipes because it's quick, easy, and delicious.